I think that there's a really big question here, and I think we have to talk about Android in the room, right? Because you have this platform that everybody.
Why do we have to talk about Android? No one cares. Raise your hand if you care about Android on this panel.
Everybody does.
Well, no one does. What's going to win? Is it going to be a closed or controlled, highly controlled platform like iPhone, or is it going to be an open platform? Are we going to see a repeat of the PC wars where? Yeah,
it'll be an open platform.
It's going to be an open platform.
First, I think the thing that we have to understand about the iPhone is a big thing that they bring to the table is a different consumer expectation about what the device is. Everyone who bought an iPhone bought it in part to be a phone, in part to get their mail, in part to browse the web, in part to use it as a replacement for their iPod. There's no other device that's anything like that. The BlackBerry's not like that. It's email in your pocket. So as an app developer, that's tremendously powerful because you've got a consumer base that thinks about the device as multifunction. It's just simply not true for any other platform out there.
So nobody here is thinking about Android? How about you, Mary?
I need Android like I need a hole in the head.
Hey, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. You're going to be, as soon as it launches, you're going to be kissing Google's ass, and you're going to be launching on their platform, and you're going to want,
The last thing from a technology standpoint I need is another OS platform that sits on top of buggy firmware with devices from hundreds of manufacturers with different screen characteristics, with different input types.
We're going to put your face next to that quote when you launch your Android app.
Wait, there's nothing that said we won't be opportunistic about it, but it's certainly not what the industry needs.
Here's the interesting thing to me. If you look at the iPod, it was a closed system with closed hardware and closed software.
And a huge market failure as a result.
And I know I'm moving on towards the statement. Hold on a second. So see, now I lost my train of thought. But here's what I'm going to say: is that was up against MP3 players in general, which were all open, and Apple dominated. Right? Now, was it because it was a closed system and they were in control of all aspects of it? Steve Ballmer has said in the past that he thought it probably was. And if you use that analogy to the iPhone, it isn't that hard to move it over. You can say which one's going to be more important. And I would say everything else is completely unimportant. But if you look at just those two platforms, open versus closed, open is obviously great in a lot of ways, but will the stuff work? You're saying it probably won't.